Salvete, studentes. Here we continue our series of history at the end of the Roman Republic. Our story now turns from the Gracchi brothers to two men named Marius and Sulla, who'd been commanders together of the Roman legions in a war in Africa, the province of Africa, just on the other side of the Mediterranean Sea from Italy. And what they discovered was that if you wanted to change commanders, you didn't have to get the Senate's approval. You could have the Roman people, the urban poor, vote on it. So later on, they drifted apart. Marius became very wealthy by getting a hold of some silver mines in which he enslaved people and got a lot of silver. He became very wealthy. But he couldn't really get elected to the highest office without some fame, so he married himself into a family of a man named Gaius Julius Caesar. He married his daughter Julia, who was the later Julius Caesar's aunt. And so he had the famous name and the wealth, and he got himself elected consul, chief of the Romans. And he fought some Germans and became very famous, but he really kind of took over the Roman Republic, and then he retired. Along comes Sulla, his lieutenant, and Sulla gained some fame and fights some wars. He wants to fight more wars, partly because he wanted the glory and partly because he wanted the riches from fighting the wars. And Marius opposed him. So Sulla invaded Rome, took it over, and then left to fight his war. Marius takes over. In 7 weeks, killed thousands and thousands of Romans in a mad frenzy, and then he dies. Sulla comes back, marches on Rome with his army, takes over Rome, gets himself elected dictator, undid all the Gracchi reforms, gave power back to the Senate, but he enforced this by doing something called proscriptions. He had people rat one another out as his enemies, and then he put a price on their heads so that if anyone could kill them, and if you killed these people on the list, which is what a proscription is, you got a reward, and Sulla, Lucius Cornelius Sulla, got all the wealth. So he was dictator for 2 years, and then he retired, dying 2 years later in 78 BC. What did he die of? Probably liver failure from drinking too much. So, the timeline is Marius from 107 to 100, Sulla from 88 to 78, and the war between them, between 89 and 86. Thank you for listening. The responses are the same as they were before. Make a timeline or storyline, and then respond by art, cartoon, poem, essay, graphic novel, skit, whatever works for you. Email it to me or share it with me or give it to the substitute, whatever works, but do not, under any circumstances, record with your phones. Thank you for listening, kids. I hope to be back soon to see you. Walete. Goodbye.